let's go back to the start of the summer, Felix, because I want to talk about you, about this first summer for you as a head coach of the national team. We spoke at the beginning. It was a pleasure to speak to you already then. And we were talking about looking at this summer. If you look at that conversation, but also all the thoughts you might have had before the summer, did the summer meet your expectations of the national team?
Oh, I mean, actually, it went basically even better than we thought in the beginning of the summer. I mean, we started with a first week of VNL that was actually also was difficult for sure because we were missing still a lot of players. But on the other side was an perfect start and amazing opportunity to bring just new players like Yulin, like Nova. Alice could be take their first experience again on playing on international level. So that was an amazing opportunity for us. And then from week 2 and 3, we were starting quicker as I expected to increase our level of playing, adding also some new players. Then I think we were using good the time between VNL and European Championship to get ready for the second part of the summer. And I think the girls, I must say they worked really. It was really a pleasure to work with them. Every time, every day they come for practice, they really, you can see they're hungry to get better. They're hungry to work, and that for sure makes our life as coaches it really in a really easy way. And we were really enjoying that time, and trying to increase again our level of volleyball and trying to stabilize everything what we already started in the VNL. And then then we had the European Championship where of course we knew that we have a good opportunity to enter into the semifinals if we are doing our job stable on a good level with a good focus. And to be honest, in the end, I must say that the team did it also in a perfect way. We had this one very challenging game against France in the first round of European Championship in the group stage. That was we all knew that this game is going to decide decide if we go to semi-final or not. And there were a lot of pressure into this game, and they just showed up in this game in all crunch time moments that they really want to be there. They really they want to play in the semi-finals, and they want to go far in this European Championship. And after this game, when this game was done, and I mean, we not always played our best volleyball in this game, but the fighting spirit and the way as we put all our heart into the court, that really gives me the feeling, okay, we can really go far into this European Championship. Then we did our job basically. We had a clear 8 final, a very clear quarterfinal also against Bulgaria. That the games looks really easy from outside, but in the end, we all knew that they are not easy to play. And
was that important because the schedule in the group phase and also the opponents you met in the 8th and the quarterfinals seemed easy, or let's say at the same level beforehand, but does it also make it difficult because the expectations are high that you must win those games, and if you would lose those, it would be even worse?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is always what we have to handle in sport. And sometimes it's more easy to play against stronger opponents than to play like not that strong opponents, you know. And in the other side, I must say also like teams like especially when we played the 8th final against Switzerland, that's of course is not a big volleyball nation, but when you saw this group that they were playing before, it was really close who got second, third, and fourth in this group, and they were even challenging Italy. That we were thinking before European Championship that should be the team that win European Championship. So anyway, we were really we started the games always with an incredible focus. We were like pushing like hell, like from the beginning of the games, and then the games went easy because we really kept them down from the first ball we played. And I think this is something also very important, that we understanding that these games are how we have to handle these games. And then on the quarterfinal against Bulgaria, Bulgaria had a very good summer with the national team. Actually, they have their job done that they had to do in VNL. They qualified for the next VNL next year. They played good in European Championship. They get second in the pool stage. They were also challenging Italy in their game. And I mean, we knew that we can win them, but we did it also really in a very clear way. Also, they're starting the game from the first point, very aggressive, really willing to go to the semifinals, and we didn't let any doubts in the court that we also deserve to be in the semifinals. And yeah.
And did you feel in that end phase where you met big opponents with Italy, Serbia, and France? Did you feel in the group? Is it something you feel that you have the sense that, okay, maybe we can win this, maybe we can win this game tonight, maybe we can win the next game? When did you feel like, okay, bronze is maybe something we can reach at the end of this journey?
Yeah, I mean, you feel all over the tournament already that the team starts to build up confidence, of course, by, of course, winning, but also improving still their game during the tournament. And that's actually what the team has done. And when we came to the game against Serbia, that of course is one of the best teams in the world, or is actually the world champion. So we don't need basically to talk about too much. And even in this game, I mean, we entered the game, I think, really with the idea, okay, we can do something. But I still had the feeling a little bit from the start that we were a little waiting and trying to understand if we really can compete with them on that level that they do. So, and maybe that was in the end a little bit, I mean, Serbia is like we said, is the world-class team, So when they play on their level, they are basically going to beat everybody in the world. Expect Turkey at the moment. So, and then still in this game, we really start to feel also there, okay, there is an opportunity. We can challenge them. We can play them. And, but I think still in this moment, we wasn't that ready already to beat Serbia. And this game was a good lesson to us that we understood, okay, we are able to compete with these kind of teams. Of course, we have to play on our max with everything we have. But then this day between the semifinal, we had the semifinal Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, the third place game. That was also a very good opportunity for us to recheck a little bit quick and to understand, okay, we are there, we can compete, we deserve to be here, we are competitive also against Italy. So let's go in this bronze medal match with the idea that we are going to beat them, with a clear idea that we are going to beat them. And then I mean, we know what happened. The team played an amazing game. Italy, of course, still with some frustration in the court by losing the semi-final after leading, I think, 2-1 against Turkey, and I don't know, 18-14 or something. They were basically leading in the fourth set to go to the final of the European Championship. But still, the quality of this team is incredibly high. And I mean, we were pushing and playing our volleyball on a very, very good level. And then of course was an exciting win of this bronze medal against Italy. I said after the game, it's basically, it feels for us like we are winning the European Championship in this moment.
Beautiful. Yeah, it was a beautiful tournament to follow. And also, I think beyond expectation that it would be bronze, and I can understand that maybe it feels like bronze with a golden edge on the edge of the medal. And then very interested in how you moved on to the Olympic qualifiers after that, because the atmosphere probably was euphoric and everybody happy, everybody on top of the mountain, on top of the world. But then you quite quickly transferred to the Olympic qualifiers. You had the preparation tournament in Japan, and then in China, you had the qualifiers. Take us into that journey. What was the thought behind doing that, and how did the team experience that, and how did the tournament go?
First time, of course, we had done then kind of 3 weeks of European Championship. So this is basically comparing to the other continents. Is actually by far the longest and the more tough competition, continental competition that's going on so far. We had basically 2 days, Monday, Tuesday off. Thanks God we were already in Brazil, so people could go quick at home and had these 2 days at home. And On Wednesday, we already left to Tokyo for adding to the time and having just a little, maybe at least a little and short preparation for this tournament. But of course, you could see that everybody was really tired, to be honest. When we arrived in Tokyo, you could see it took us like really 3, 4, 5 days to understood where we are and what's coming up now. And that was really a big challenge. And I think when I saw also now the Olympic qualifier for the men's, that most of the European teams, they had really problems with that, because having like such a big competition like European Championship that is really important in Europe is, I don't want to say it, but I mean, sometimes Asian Championship, Japan and China are going to send the second team to this championship and not going with the first team. And Nausicaa played this competition in 4 days, 5 days, with maybe 1 or 2 opponents they have. South America, I think they played already in August, and is basically kind of same situation. There are maybe 2 teams, and that is of course completely different than for the European teams that they come out from a very
not only a difference in the schedule, in the amount of games you play, but also in the level. It's way more teams that are close to each other on at the top of it. Way more teams competing also in that competition, because the European Championship is really a demanding competition.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is what you could really see, that we were also still a little bit struggling in our Olympic qualification. In the end, we didn't play bad in this Olympic qualification. But I think also that we in the end we really missed this last 1-2% of energy, maybe to make it even happen there. And I mean, then the second part of this journey was that also we enter in a Olympic qualification tournament with basically 5 teams from the top 11 of the world. That was our group. So there were not maybe there were one game that were not too difficult. That was against Mexico, but all the other games, also when you could see the tournament, how it went, Czech Republic is a really good team. They were in the quarterfinal of European Championship and losing 3-1 against Serbia. They were beating Dominican Republic 3-2, the only team that beat Dominican Republic actually in this tournament. So crazy. Ukraine play really on a good level. They have a lot of physically power, and then we go for Canada, that is competing with Dominican Republic, with Serbia. Even you could see with China, everybody was competing on the same level, and it was really, this group was so equal that then with this crazy schedule, as also you experienced, it feels sometimes crazy. And I can also say, after having done these 7 games in 9 days, you could really see that everybody was just completely dead, mentally, physically. That was crazy.
Absolutely nuts. Also with the men, same thing. Not only the summer was long, because you had the VNL 3 weeks of European Championship, and then you get the Olympic qualifier. And we're talking about a lot of games during the European Championship, but this is crazy. Playing 9 days, 7 games. We played with the men. We played Belgium and Bulgaria within 24 hours. The second game started within 24 hours. The last game ending. It was crazy what it demands physically of players, especially important players, of course. At the men, Meer, for example, was an important player who nearly always has to play if you want to reach the highest level. It's killing for players. How did you balance the physical aspect with your players, with the women's team?
If we could, we were also trying to change. We already prepared in this European Championship that we were using the group stage to bring already everybody into the competition. And if there were opportunities, always I was trying to use more players also from the bench during the games. And that basically we were trying also in this Olympic qualifier, even if this tournament was again, this matches was again on a completely different level than some games that we had before in European Championship. So, and we had kind of same situation. We had one time, we had the 3-2 with Canada, starting the game already late, I think at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We finished the game at 7:38. We were back in the hotel at 9. Next morning, the next game was at 10 o'clock in the morning. that was crazy. So we were like, I think we were like 9 or 10 hours in the hotel, from leaving the hall until getting back to the hall for preparing for warming up for the next game. So, and then playing Czech Republic in the morning that they just won Dominican Republic 3-2. So that was not an easy job at all. And I must say again, the team showed incredible character. We won this game 3-0, and they really just bounced back and showed the character of. We had a difficult match against Canada where we were 2-1 up. We could maybe even win 3-1 this game, losing 3-2, and then just heads up and going into the next game and against a team that won against Dominican that is super hyped, beating them 3-0. So was really good. And same situation we had basically again against this China game where we turned the game from 2-1 down and I think 21-13 down in the fourth set to 3-2 to us. That I said after the game that basically never happened in my life on this level, that you are down to 21-13 and still in China, against China, not against, I don't know, against, I don't know, I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, exactly. But, you don't want to name a country. We understand, yeah.
No, I mean, it's and even if you are this down to 21-13, even if you are not playing in one of big countries, turning a match in this way is impossible because you basically have no momentum at all, and you have to turn from nothing to going 150%, and they have done so. Then we won this game 3-2. We finished that was the late game. We finished the game I think 10:30, 11 something, and then next game at I think 3:00 or something, we had immediately Serbia. So again with like 10 hours, 12 hours being in the hotel and just heading back to the next game, and that is like a crazy schedule. I mean, playing this kind of teams with this quality and this level in this short amount of time, that is a big challenge. I mean, for every team, a big challenge. And like I said, you could see also that they were not only us, and on the women's side, you could see also the other teams, their problems, and teams that actually exit earlier in European Championship. You could see that they were basically a little bit in a better condition than there. And I mean, in the men's side, you could see Italy was struggling a lot in Rio. So yeah, I mean, it's a thing that CV. Yeah, I know it's always difficult, but has to think about it to find a way of having this amazing competition, European Championship, that is really organized in an amazing way, and it's really a lot of fun and joy to be part of this competition. And you could really see that they raise the way of making it to a big event. That is great. But on the other side, we have having then a tournament like Olympic qualification just like 10 days after, with again this amount of matches on this level, with this importance. There should be a little bit more break between. At least the teams
crazy
also
thing is that it often gets alarmed by players. This is too much, and also by federations. And the crazy thing is the FIVB added a World Championship, and from I think starting in 2026, we'll start with 2 World Championships every 4 years, so every 2 years one. That's a crazy addition too.
That's my humor. That people are complaining about this, and the answer is we just put more competitions into it. It's a clear answer.
Yeah, exactly. Stop complaining, or we add more World Championship every year.
Exactly. No, but I mean, the World Championship thing. To be honest, I think they are trying to at least to reduce the amount of matches that you have into the competition, and I think that is at least a good start. That they at least trying to care a little bit more about it.
Yeah. If you look at the whole summer, you also talked about it a lot. We see a lot of progression starting in the first week of the VNL, already progressing in the VNL, then the European Championship even better, and then maybe the Olympic qualifier, difficult opponents and physically tiring at the end of summer. But if we take VNL and European Championship, what is the reason that the team grew so much and so fast?
I think it's pretty easy because they want. They just wanted. They just wanted to grow. They wanted to be. They wanted to play on a high level. They wanted to be successful, and they were eager. There were really high motivation that I could feel from them, and I think this is actually the biggest thing out of it. I mean, we're trying to play a little bit faster. We trying to bring more into with backward attacking, using more efficiency the middle blocker attacking and things like that. But on the first point stays always like the motivation and the willing and the eagerness being just better and being successful and having the clear idea, the clear goal, and that's what these girls just bring every day into the hall for every practice they made. And like I said in the beginning, I could really feel them hungry for becoming better. And that's what was making my job actually very easy this summers, and also very enjoyable.
Good to hear. You also mentioned different playing style and trying to teach them new things. How did they adapt to that? Was it easy to implement new stuff into the team, or did you meet obstacles with that? How did you experience that?
It was not that difficult at all, because also when we are going to add new things, I always try to first to explain why we are going to do that things, what's the idea behind that, and then also, of course, trying to ask them for their opinion, what they think. And I always try to say, like, let's try to be open for it, and let's try it, and then we see if it works or not. And maybe it doesn't work, and to come back, it's going to be basically very easy. And that's how we were approaching to that things. And I mean, like I said, they are really open, and they were really hungry to get better, and so they were basically trying out everything. And it was really a pleasure to work with them and to teach them.
And how did you made the choice to go with 3 setters, which is unusual. Normally, most of the times you take 2 setters. You took 3 setters also to take in Laura with the group, to keep Laura Dijkema with the group. Are you happy with that decision? How did that turn out? How do you reflect on that?
Actually, we had also some doubts before making that decision. But we were thinking about when we were making the roster for European Championship and basically also for Olympic qualification, we were always thinking like, okay, who can add what to the team and what can go to help us in the competition, in which kind of situations that we are going maybe to face on. And after we had this conversation, and we took a lot of time for making this decision. Actually, we came out to the point that we said like, okay, we have 3 setter that all of these 3 has something different and something very special that they can add to this group, and something also very important that they are going to add to this group. And that's actually the reason why we decided then, okay, we maybe a little bit unusual, we go with 3 setters. But I must also say that all this, that Laura and Britt and Sarah together, they were really making an amazing job together, because also, of course, also for them it's unusual to go in 3 and to practice in 3. And but after a little time, it started to feel like really normal for us, and we were really fine with it. And we were managing the practice, and we had the roles for them that they had to be in their competition, and then it doesn't feel so unusual anymore, actually.
Finally, last question. I'm curious how you experienced it, because we talked about players having a long summer, also going quickly from the national team summer to the club competition. How was it for you as a not only as a person, energy wise and motivation wise, but also as a coach? I can imagine that during the summer you're completely focused 4 or 5 months on international players and international teams, what's happening, and then you have to go to Germany, you have to catch up with that competition, follow everything there, prepare everything there, and be ready to perform in that league. How do you experience that?
I mean, basically, it was not my first time that I had like national team in the summer and then getting back to the club. Even at this time was really was really different because working then for a different country in a different environment and then getting back to your home again and starting here the competition. It's of course it's a challenge for athletes, but of course it's also a challenge for us coaches. But yeah, I mean, I find my small rituals how I can get back quick, and then I mean I'm just thankful every day that I'm able to be a volleyball coach professionally and can find my joy always in the hall to work with people and to improve people volleyball wise and personal wise and just always getting back to this mindset that is really a gift that we can do just volleyball 12 months a year on such a high level like that. And this again is always giving a lot of energy again. And that's actually how it is. And but to be honest, when we came back from China and we stopped again in Schiphol, I was really sad being for the last time this year, basically in the Netherlands on this airport, and I'm of course looking very positively forward to get back in the Netherlands because I really start to enjoy not only working with these girls, also starting really to enjoy the country and the people there, and more than I actually ever expected.
Yeah, so last question. You are now 10th on the world ranking. It's a good starting position for the qualification for Paris through the world ranking because the Olympic qualifiers didn't work out. VNL important at the beginning of the summer. How do you look at that? How are the chances? What is the feeling in the team? Is it now, okay, we're close, we're going to get there? How is it living in the team and with you?
I mean, I think we have really to understand that, we are on the 10th place right now. That usually would be the qualification for Paris right now. But on the other side, we also saw in this Olympic qualification tournament that how much fast points are moving and positions are moving. And I think we have really to understand that and that's actually what we are talking also with the girls together, that we are trying to use the winter, everybody also in their own responsibility to take care about themselves, but on the other side also to work good, to work physically good. And we are trying for sure to stay as much as we can in contact with them and being there for them to help them if there's anything we can do for them. And just trying to be ready for the start of VNL next year, because then when we are going to start on VNL, this competition will be like hell, I can say. The pressure in this competition will be incredibly high for every team that is still fighting for a spot in Paris. And I think this is very important that we have to understand that we have done a good summer last year. That works out maybe even better as we expected. But next summer we basically are back on zero and we have to rebuild, not to rebuild everything again new, but we have to understand that we have really to start from the point that we have to improve, we have to learn again, we have to push each other, we have to stay humble on the things that we do, and just getting ready for incredible big fight for the last tickets for Paris.
Good to hear. We'll be rooting for you and following the journey. It was a pleasure to see you at work this summer with the national team. Congrats on the bronze medal. Do you have it with you? Do you have it in the area, or is it at home?
I have it at home, not in my office. I have the bronze medal in my home, not here. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you very much, Felix. Good luck this season. And thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.